Hello Exiles, this is Fusion Gaming and welcome to my channel. In today's video we're going to be discussing Ultimatum, which is the new content which is going to go core. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Go and check out my other videos. I've done a few guides this week and over the last few weeks. I've done some act runs and I've done some other content. But for now, let's jump into Ultimatum. So, with Ultimatum, you will be presented within maps. There is a chance for you to meet this gentleman here who's called the Trialmaster. You will be presented with a escalating trial of valuable rewards, and you have to attempt and overcome a progressively more difficult encounters. You'll be provided with a reward, an objective, and then a selection of modifiers. You then have to complete this trial and obviously complete and kill all of the monsters, or whatever the objective may be. There is one to protect the actual altar, there's one where you have to stand in circles. Once you have done that, you'll then be provided with an ultimatum where you then have to either take your reward, or you are then offered an additional reward, but you have to then make the difficulty a little bit harder. Now obviously these will stack, so you can continue to do this, but if you die, you lose everything. You do not get anything at all. Now, as you can imagine, if you completely stack these over and over and over and over, they will start to get progressively more and more difficult. As you can see, you can start to get quite a few rewards, but if you feel that it's starting to get a little bit too difficult, you can stop at any point and take your rewards before you will lose everything. That is entirely your decision, but as you can understand, the modifiers and the difficulty modifiers will get harder. Now you might get at one point a inscribed ultimatum that may drop once you do one of these. Now with an inscribed ultimatum, this will transport you to the Trialmaster's domain. Now with this, he will then ask you to complete a trial where you'll be rewarded with the outcome of the inscribed reward. And obviously you can run these over and over and over, but on the actual inscribed ultimatum, it will provide you with a couple of things. It will provide you with the specifics of what you need to sacrifice. So it will tell you what you need to sacrifice, and it will tell you what your reward will be. But then what it will also do is it will list all of the damage modifiers and all of the modifiers that are within that ultimatum. So if you can survive all of these and last all the way through, then you will get the rewarded item. Now, as you can imagine, it is obviously a little bit more difficult every single time you do this. So for every stage that you do this, they will get harder and harder and harder. I remember running this when this came out, and when it starts to get to like wave 8 or 9, if you don't have a strong build, it can be quite rippy. So it's a case of that you need to be able to test the build out and just take it one stage at a time. If you feel that it's starting to get a little bit more difficult, then I would then jump out. So if you do a round which is more difficult than all of the others, then I would then stop. The good thing about this as well is, as you can see on screen there, it completely pauses the game. So if at any point you're in the middle of a map, you can then pause it and you can actually go for either whatever it may be. You can go for a toilet break, you can go downstairs, go and make yourself a brew, whatever it may be, and the entire game will be paused. It kind of brings back the old motion of that meme where there's that kid screaming, "Mom, I can't pause my game." Well, now you can. Now you can pause your game. That is probably one of the best things with Ultimatum as well, is the fact that you can just pause it whenever you want. And that is basically it. Now on the 10th round, there is a % chance that you will then get teleported to the Trialmaster's domain, which is, as we know, obviously if you're new to the game, then you won't know, but the Trialmaster is that guy that is helping you. So that guy on the left there, this guy here, he is the Trialmaster. If you manage to get to the 10th round, there is a chance where he will then take you on himself. However, he is a lot bigger than he is right there. He's about 5 times taller than your character. So, and if you can kill him, then there is a chance for him to drop a very expensive pair of gloves that's called the Hate Forge. And there is also a shield that drops, which is sometimes worth a couple of divines, and that is this shield, which is called Max. I can never say it. I'm gonna have an attempt. I think it's called Mahuhoxul's Machination, something like that. I've never been good at saying these types of names, but what it provides you with is 6 keystones off the skill tree just on a shield. There's no other stats, It's just that, with a bit of armor, a bit of energy shield and chance to block. But it is a very powerful item, and it is something that I would always recommend. Obviously, if you get it, if you can get it in the build, if not, then just sell it, because I don't think I have ever used that shield, and it is a very it's a very specific shield, and obviously with the keystones. But in terms of the league, this is probably one of the most fun mechanics that they're going to be adding into the game. I'm going to be speccing into this as soon as I get to like tier 16 maps, and I'm hoping that I don't die and I don't lose something decent. But you'll have to let me know how your league goes, and obviously if you manage to get anything decent, then let me know in the comments. Apart from that, that's basically it. If you have any questions or any concerns or anything that you want to ask me, or maybe there's something that I've missed, then by all means put it in the comments and I will come back to you on it in a future video. Thank you for watching, and until we speak again, I appreciate your time, and stay sane, Exile.